Hello YouTube, thank you for joining me today. And again, this is a video that I'm putting out at the moment for really self-development. Trying to excel my progress when it comes to trade in the foreign exchange market. But initially, I also want to kind of use this to showcase some of the stuff I've learned over the years and potentially help other people in their journey as in becoming a trader full time or part time, whichever you want to do. So I'm hoping to learn from my experience by rewatching my videos and following up on my content and following up on my trade logs and whatnot. But at the same time, you can also learn from it if you have other people you follow on YouTube and you're trying to kind of gather information, assess what you can and cannot use, depending on the kind of style of trader you are and the kind of philosophies you've kind of learned from the start of your trading career. But at the moment, trying to use this to kind of amplify my growth over time and potentially see some potentially really good results from the back end of the back testing and all the old other hard work that we put alongside of this. But anyway, getting started. Unfortunately, last week I was unable to complete a couple of the PM videos, so the closer session videos. But I just want to recap real quick on what I did last week. I took a short here off of this level here, right? And I was anticipating this level to hold, but obviously potentially seeing a push up until this channel neckline, and unfortunately we didn't get that. We got, as you can see here, we got entered. I think I got filled on this doji candle here. So this doji candle on the hourly top right hand corner. So where the crosshair fits in, I don't want to put it over the risk reward box, but that crosshair's doji candle, or the shooting star, whatever you really want to call it. So I tried to sell into the pressure of that wick, and that didn't quite work out. And unfortunately, got a couple of times to try and close this trade off, and yeah, just the naivety coming through again, lack of experience and whatnot, and just the FOMO kind of things, where you get to here and you think actually it might continue onwards and go down, and unfortunately we didn't get down. We got stopped out on this wick here, as you can see. So yeah, not a great week. I took a double loss on a trade with multiple positions on each of those trades, and they didn't go well. Both came crashing down, so gonna have to wipe that away and think of what's coming next, really. Unfortunately, that's what we have to do as traders. We can't really get hung up on whatever's gone on in the past. We kind of have to try and move on. Now, I'm going to go straight through to this. Don't get too overwhelmed with what's going on with some of the um, writing and lines. These yellow lines are just weekly, daily levels, right? And I'm trying to trade in between these levels. That's kind of what we do as traders. And I kind of predominantly a support and resistance kind of structure-based trader. So a lot of the stuff I do is off of the back of good support or resistance levels, basically. Now, saying that, I'm just gonna run through my analysis on the weekly real quick, and then we can push down to the daily and then continue from there. And I'll kind of just show you guys what I'm looking for at the moment. Now, currently, these green lines here represent the weekly range that I'm currently that's currently in play for this week currently. So what it is the this we had a break and close below this channel to the upside, and we had that break and close with this massive red candle to the downside, right? And unfortunately, we weren't able to catch some of the trades on here. I'll go down to the daily and I'll show you that. But essentially, what we've done is we've pushed down, hit a level, and we've now put in uh, a reversal. So this is almost a 3 bar reversal and a nice bullish engulfing candle to end the week last week. So we kind of retracing back, but I'll just move on to the daily. real quick. Now, on the daily, this is basically what you're looking at on the weekly, same kind of scenario. The only difference is what I've done is I've kind of taken a fib for this extended move to the downside where this nice impulsive move started from. I took a fib from head to bottom, and I'm kind of anticipating a 26.18 trade. So it just applies all the strategies you use or techniques you use can be applied on pretty much all of the time frames that you can find. So we've had a double top as of previously. We had a double top. We had a nice big break and close below the channel support. Retested that channel support. Created this new weekly range. And we've since traded inside that weekly range for the last 2 weeks. Now, that doesn't indicate a lot of buying pressure. You can see it's taken kind of 2 weeks and we still aren't out of this range. So I'm still anticipating some selling pressure on this pair, but I'm kind of hoping it can push up to the 618 at the very minimum to give me that very the higher probability trade, which is the strategy that I do trade. If it doesn't get to that 618 retracement, then unfortunately, we don't get the 26.18. What we can try and do is wait for a close below these levels here, and then we can try and see if we can get into the trade for a push down lower, at least to retest these lows here. But at the moment, currently in consolidation, with a potential chance of getting a push up to these to the weekly range and even potentially a push up to these channel resistance lines here, this cross section here. So we could get something like that, or maybe we can get price wiggle around for a bit and then come in to have this as a confluence where the 618 meets up with this the bottom of this channel resistance. So that will be my high optimal trade entry for this week realistically. Then we can potentially put our stops around here and potentially get targets all the way down here. But that's for the long term. You can see that's at a daily, so it's going to take a little while to play out. And we probably won't be looking for that trade on a daily time frame. We'll be trying to drill down into that. Before I do that, I'm just going to read you out what I've wrote right here real quick, so you kind of have an understanding of what I'm looking at and how I'm trying to deal with the whole scenario. So it says bullish engulfing on the weekly after a break and close below the channel support. From the image, you can see the price currently holding. Let's have a look. So from the image, you can see the price currently holding at the pocket of accumulation from the channel break, going from the daily, waiting on the confluence of both channels. We can also see the potential of a 26.18 trade, which also in the weekly range. Wait for a retest of weekly range or the 618 fib. If not, would need to see a close below 122.518, which is what I indicated there. And I think a close 122.518. So I need to see a close below here to kind of indicate some selling pressure, and I could potentially get on the downside of that trend. Moving on from there, I'm just going to go on to the 4 hour real quick. I won't do the hourly because there's nothing to look at on there just yet. But on the 4 hour, as you can see, that kind of this bit here indicates that consolidation that we've been seeing. But at the same time, we did put in a double bottom right here. So this double bottom for me could just be a good signal to have that continuation to the upside. As you can see, we've been putting in higher lows. This double bottom potentially could be that, or at the same time, this could just be a retest and then a push up to then put that next leg down. But we won't know that here. What we're looking for here is a scalp. If this is a 26.18, ideally I want to see a break and close above these highs here, and then we can get a retest of 618 for a push up to the upside from that 618. But unfortunately, we haven't got that just yet. We didn't get a close above these highs on Friday, so technically, if this was to go down and hit the 618 right now, I wouldn't be convinced in this working out to the full max, only because we didn't see a break and close above these highs. We did see a break and close above these highs, but then again, we've already had this leg play out to support the break and close above this high. But at the same time, the uptrend is still fully intact at the moment. As you can see, we've been putting in higher highs and higher lows right from this little range here. So yeah, what we're going to be doing is just waiting and trying to anticipate a move lower, either to the 618 or this double bottom, and then we can try and get involved in this trade to the upside to then meet to have that in confluence to my ideal plan, which is seeing this price push up to the 618 retracement or the channel support turn resistance level on the daily. So we'll see how that really plays out, but unfortunately right now not much to go on really until the actual market opens and we see what's going on. But realistically, we won't see any real action till tomorrow, or at least till about 2:30 in the morning when the crossover of the Asian sessions meet up. But yeah, also we have this divergence here on the 4 hour. That's what I was going to show you actually. We have this hidden divergence on the 4 hour, which indicates some selling pressure. You can see that nice wick on there to show that. But unfortunately, this indecision here isn't convincing enough for me to then start looking for shorts, especially when we know um, that this price could potentially go up to retest this daily range or or the channel support. So unfortunately, right now, ideally we want this price to go up, but obviously we could start seeing a retracement from this level. But as you know, we're already at a pocket of resistance where we've seen some rejection from. Whether or not we're going to hold this pocket, we'd have to see a close above these highs here. And then we might potentially see a retest of this weekly range, or at least the channel support to the top side. But anyways, guys, thank you for joining me today. I really do appreciate your help. Sorry, guys, and keep subscribing and showing your support for the content. Thank you for joining me today and have a good evening.